Hello guys, it's good to be back again. Please like, subscribe, and share. So today I'm going to be looking at Uganda has discovered gold of 12 trillion. And my analysis today is going to be why the discovery of gold in Uganda is not a call for party or celebration yet, and why it might not really help Uganda discovering this gold. So first of all, I'm gonna share some my view. The gold market, the gold itself is a very lucrative metal, and it fetches very well in the market. But then again, there are other issues. The discovery of Uganda of 12 trillion worth of gold. The first issue is that if the law of supply and demand, if the Ugandan gold enters into the market, it might create a drop in the value of gold, and so Uganda will not sell the gold to the exact market price because it will create a drop in gold. Another thought of mine is that Africa is very untapped in terms of many resources. So if Uganda has gold, there's a possibility also Kenya might have gold, Tanzania, all these countries might eventually find gold. So where will this put Ugandan gold? Another thing is that where the world is moving as we move forward now into a technologically advanced world, they are now making artificial diamonds in laboratories. So diamonds are not valuable as we thought. So could there also be artificial gold being made in laboratories? And then my final thought is that, people like Elon Musk, these big countries, they are focusing on how to mine minerals from asteroids. Asteroids are very, they're the rocks in outer space, and they have a high concentration of metals. So you could find one asteroid is just pure silver or pure gold, and so will this gold in Uganda help Uganda? And the last point is that Uganda is also not trusted to ensure that this gold benefits Uganda. Remember, Uganda is not a democratic country. Remember that there's a lot of corruption in Uganda. Will this gold eventually benefit Uganda? And by Uganda, it means Ugandans themselves. Uganda turn into Wakanda, I highly doubt, because let's be honest, Nigeria has one of the best oil reserves in the world. And look at Nigeria. I'm not saying Uganda is going to fall into war, but Africa and African leadership, especially not African, but African leadership, has a taste for wealth. So, they could eventually, the gold could just be for the elite class. So by me looking at this point, I'm trying to decipher, will really Uganda benefit from this gold? And, I hate to disappoint a lot of you, but I feel no. Another thing is that Uganda does not have the capabilities to mine this gold. It does not have the engineering. So if it contracts a Chinese company, because probably high chances it's a Chinese company that's going to mine this gold. What happens is that if you contract a company to come and mine, you share the spoils 50-50. So if it's a Chinese company that's coming to contract and and the gold is being sold at $1,000, so the Chinese company will take either 500, 400, almost like that, and then Uganda will take the above because you don't have the engineering to mine. So me, I'm coming to mine for you. It's like you telling me you have, you have gold, in your plot of land, and I'm coming to mine for you. So I am the important person because you having gold on your land, it's not gold or it's not worth, it's not valuable until it comes out of the ground. So you building your house on top of a place that has gold on the ground and you cannot be able to pull that gold out. It's valueless. It's just like, it's building castles in the air until that gold is pulled out is when it becomes valuable. And that's how these companies operate. And most of the contracts run in the 20s of years, into the 50s, sometimes even into the hundreds. And since now let's say the Chinese company is taking 50-50 and you're left with the other 50. You also have to give money to, your political henchmen. You have to keep, if you're the leader of Uganda, take some for yourself and then give the people. Usually the people get some, the crumbs. And since now you're mining gold, which is worth 12 trillion, it depreciates the market value of gold around the world. And as you mine, you discover that also Congo has discovered another deposit of gold. Southern Sudan, Ethiopia, Kenya. So even the gold depreciates even further. And where we are right now, we need to understand that, African countries have never taken opportunity of their resources. And this has now in turn come to bite them. Remember that the richest countries in the future will not be countries which have resources, will be countries that have technology. Technology is a new resource. So countries in the future won't be bragging, we have gold, we have oil, that is coming to end. Will be resources. You see, even this crisis that you see in Europe of the fuel crisis, of the gas crisis, it has led people to believe that, hey, oil and gas, we thought that it was ending, but it's not ending. Hey, so oil and gas, it was just propaganda. Oil and gas is still valuable. But if you read the European law or the European manifesto, they want oil and gas now, just to hold them for a couple of years. But by 2035, all European countries will be switching to electric. They should have. That's the law. They should have, because they don't want anymore to rely on oil and gas. They just want it now because, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, for them when they were still dependent. But now they've even pushed, this has caused them even to accelerate, how they are going to transition from oil to gas even faster. So people need to understand that, always basking in that Africa has resources coming to end. Right now, as you speak, the most powerful countries are going to be technology companies, countries that has technology. Right now, as we speak, Bitcoin is a virtual gold. It's not a real gold. All these cryptocurrency. But Bitcoin is more valuable than gold, than actual real gold being mined. So what these advanced countries have done, they've discovered that you can actually create a virtual gold, because those people who are mining Bitcoin, they say they are like 22 million Bitcoins. Their virtual hole, the virtual mine will come to end, and there will not be any more Bitcoin. So if you're buying Bitcoin, you'll have to buy from someone who mined and it will buy at a higher price. So the world is moving to a technologically based world where resources won't guarantee wealth. You have to be the most advanced in technology. And you can see that the fact that Uganda does not have the ingenuity to mine the gold, it has to split 50-50. So that shows you, the engineer who's coming to mine that gold values his ingenuity or his technology as valuable as the gold that you're mining. And this is one of the reasons why I'm saying that I'm very pessimistic if that gold would really help Uganda. I'm sure it will bring money, but then again, the politics of Uganda, the structure, the legal executive structure is not a transparent one. You can't expect Uganda to be like Saudi Arabia, where it's where the state does everything for everyone. It's I'm forgetting the name, where the state takes care of everyone. Like in normal states, the people take care of the state. They give the government their taxes, the government operate. But with Saudi Arabia, the government makes money from oil and then gives the people the money, then they live comfortably. So Saudi Arabia operates like a charity state. I don't want to use a charity state, there's a name, but I'm forgetting. But you can see the structure of Saudi Arabia. Most countries, you pay the taxes, the government drives. But in Saudi Arabia, the government makes money from the wealth of oil and then makes you live comfortably, pay low taxes. So we can't expect Uganda to do that. And I've just highlighted very, like 5-6 points where I feel that it's good news for the headlines. Uganda finds 12 trillion worth of gold, if you want to hear the headlines. But on a physical and a factual, if you look at the facts, a lot doesn't hold water. But I'll wait and see. I'm yet to, probably I'll be proven wrong. Please engage me. Talk to me on the comments. Please like, subscribe, and share. And, we'll meet again. Cheers.